So Vodafone was a great school. I learned really lots of things in Vodafone. And especially at that time, you have to understand that this is 1993. Vodafone was just getting into the digital era. They had a very successful analog network in UK, and they were just starting to expand. At that time, they were in Malta. They had a small percentage in SFR in France. They had a small network in Sweden, Europolitan, I think it was called. And then it was Panafon in Greece. And of course UK. That was all. So very entrepreneurial, very tough managers, and decided people, result-oriented. They wouldn't take, a no for an answer. I mean, for me, it was a great experience. So we did a great job in Panafon, and within a very short period of time, we covered the country, and we delivered very good services to the Greek society. One of the most important services was, and I was, although this was not my job, but since I had worked in 78, 79 in specifying call centers, etc., I was involved in Panafon's call center effort. And we did a very good call center, actually, in Panafon, which was, for the Greek standards at that time, amazing. The response times almost zero. The agent was very customer friendly, etc. And that had a big impact in the perception of the people about Panafon at that time, later Vodafone. In the meantime, OTE was gradually modernizing. So after almost 5 years, they decided that they should proceed with a mobile network as well, and they managed to get also the license from the government. So some people came to me, actually not from OTE, but a guy who was at that moment the Hewlett-Packard general manager in Greece, and he knew me from Panafon. He came to me and he said, "Would you like to become the CTO of Cosmote?" which was going to be established between OTE and Telenor of Norway. When I heard the ending OTE, I said no. Because I didn't believe that OTE could really modernize. I have to be frank. So I told him, no, I'm not going back there. He said, this is not OTE. This is going to be a new company, the Telenor people. Actually, he offered to me to be recruited by the Norwegians, because the CTO position, according to the shareholder agreement, was for the Norwegians. So that started to look at me as more interesting. Anyway, I decided to go. However, in the first 3 months, I was sending all over the world my CVs. Saying that to my wife, we're leaving Greece, we're getting out of here. I had taken my decision. Actually, I had even some proposals from Saudi Arabia, Poland, and Sierra Leone. The first 3 months were awful. I mean, unbelievable. I went into a company where there was a team of Norwegians. There were also 2 Greek teams. The 2 Greek teams were fighting each other, and the 2 together were fighting the Norwegians. And I came in the middle of the triangle, and then they said, up, another enemy. Because I went there with a laptop and about 60, 70 procedures for a mobile business, while the Norwegians hadn't brought anything from their experience in Norway. The Greeks, they were fixed guys. They didn't know anything. So whatever they were asking, I was saying, procedure number 3, procedure number 52. So, all of a sudden, the Telenor people felt threatened, and the Greeks, who used to be also my colleagues from OTE, they knew me from OTE, they said, what the hell? The guy was with us, and now he's coming on top of us. So I had awful first 3 months, which were unbelievably awful.